When in an SPG, looking down from above, a World of Tanks match looks like a peaceful game of chess. But within the first 2 minutes of this battle, our entire right flank folded, we fell 2,000 hit points behind, and my bird's eye view turned into a front row seat to a disaster. So this is the story of a turnaround that came down to a brawling match between glass cannons in a battlefield already painted in wreckage. I won't spoil the end, but the game handed out a string of medals at the summer screen that one does not often see in an SPG, including a Gore's medal, a Stacker, and High Caliber. So I am preparing for my first shot here. This is a corner, sometimes enemy tanks appear, so I'm pre-aimed just in case. It takes 37 seconds to load a shell, so my first shell is already loaded. I thread this needle right through the factory roof, past health and safety, and over the rubble for my first 200 damage. In the meantime, our ELC even 90 Nightfly 7 has found his way to the garage. He yellowed the right flank directly into a welcoming committee of 2 enemy lights. We actually had 5 snipers on that side, but they must have lost their connections because no one supported the ELC and he was taken out. So we still have a Blesk on the right. So we still have some vision. In the meantime, I'm spreading some misery here evenly onto the enemy tanks brawling in the factories. You'll see from the chat, Nightfly 7 is still technically in the battle. He is raging what may be Russian, probably out our 5 bush Wookiees. We still help him. While Nightfly is raging, the Blesk has lost half his health. The Progetto panics, you can see on the right, and flees the scene of disaster, and the Pantera types in the chat, "Run, baby, run." So things are not looking good on the right. 3 tank destroyers come over to the southwest corner on the left, thinking I may be feeling lonely. They have no shots, but I appreciate the company. I fired a blind shot there into the factory to scare the heavies, and now I've turned right. I want to support my team on this side. Our Pantera is approached by an enemy Pantera here. The Blesk is being ganged upon by 2 enemy lights.
Orthodontic Jake gave him a chilling night mouthwash.
I lob a shell among the 2 enemy lights, harassing our Blesk. Unfortunately, too late to save him. Our snipers must be surprised that they have already lost half their HP, as they will realize when their connection comes back. So things are going from bad to catastrophic on the right. The snipers start falling back. In disorder, I fire another shot here to scare the enemy flank. The enemy tanks head for cover temporarily as our Pantera finishes off their Pantera. We are 1 tank down and about 1,000 HP, nearly 1,500 HP. I'm reloading. An enemy T-44 turns up on our right flank behind everyone. Okay, no real shots here, just an opportunity to scare the mice. So I am turning over to the right side The skies open with highly explosive vengeance over the T-44,
Norwegian Blue's done easily.
and it is tracked and stunned and limps to cover down that side until he's taken out by a Pantera. In the meantime, an enemy ISU 152K, you can see it here, is harassing our left side. We're overconfident. My teammates have all gone out in the open areas outside the factories. So I blind fire the ISU 152K there, probably missed. Our team is not spawning him, they are too afraid of him. So here the enemy 53 TP is pushing our GSOR 1008 out into the dead open, where he gets blasted by the ISU 152K and then dies to the 53 TP. Is executed. The GSR was calling for help. I was willing, but not able to help until my next cell finally loads and I fire a shot at the 53 TP as he is running away and blind kill him. So first kill, sorry for my teammate who died beyond the view range of our red line snipers. We're still down by 2,000 hit points, 2,247. So at this point, nothing happens. Things go eerily quiet. It is possible our enemies are planning the plot of our ruin. I mean, they may be coordinating a move, something rarely seen in a game of World of Tanks. We have the IS-2 with the one-shot projector in the factories. Everyone else is safely far back and out of harm's way. Enemy TDs begin to materialize in the factories. They take out our projector. I take aim at one of them. There's counter battery. I survived the counter battery. Still aiming. By the time I have fully aimed, the enemy TD has been taken out by my teammates. But I pivot to another target. This one is also full hit points. And he goes from 0 to 0 in a flash. Literally, my shot takes away nearly all his hit points and either sparks an engine fire or blows up his Amarok. He lost his entire HP in just one shot. And for the first time, we're up on hit points and also even on tanks. We're up on tanks, actually. Our IS-2 takes out the third enemy TD, and now we are up on tanks, so we're turning this around. Unfortunately, the enemy ISU 152K probably thinking that the IS-2 is now on reload, makes a move, but the IS-2 takes him out. However, an ELC even 90 turns up behind the IS-2 just as he had fired and takes him out. I fire a shot, but it lands on the roof. Unfortunately, we're still up. We lost all our brawlers. We just have glass cannons now left. There is an enemy Tanktosaurus spotted for the first time so far in the game. What was it? A Canonier Jagdpanzer 105 turned up on the right. But with my slow reload, he has plenty of time to go dark and vanish into the fog of war. So I'm just looking here for possibilities where they may be coming from. I expect possibly the LC even may try to sneak up. Maybe. So I'm kind of scanning my gun, so I am ready to shoot over this area. This is, if he turns up suddenly, he's going to turn up suddenly close, then it'll be here. So I want to aim here. If he turns up anywhere else, I have time to pivot the gun. So that's what I'm doing here. Where are they? I'm just having a look at the scene. One of our SWAT-30s decides to make a move, and our half-health Borsig and the other SWAT-30 follow up. You can see on the minimap they're starting to move. The SU-130 at the front is moving towards this hill at the far back on the northwest. I expect he wants to spot the enemy because he is suspecting that some of the guys who have not been spotted, there's a medium who hasn't been spotted, maybe it's AFK at the base. I think that's what he was doing, so that was a clever move. Unfortunately, he is spotted by the enemy Kanoyak Panzer, who is now back at their base, and the Kanoyak Panzer takes away nearly all his hit points with 2 shots. The ELC-2, the ELC even, that had vanished for a couple of minutes, suddenly appeared out of a flower pot next to our SU-130 and took him out. That was very sneaky. The Borsig, I was in view of the ELC, fires at the ELC but misses. I aim at the Kanoyak Panzer. The sky's about to fall. It doesn't help that you're behind those concrete blocks. And there he's taken out. And so the ELC even was taken out also by the Borsig. And now there are 4 minutes left. With 4 minutes left, the enemy has 2 tanks. And indeed, the medium was AFK at the base. And so he's taken out by our 2 glass cannons. I trace the last SPG tracer back to the enemy SPG and blind fire it here. Fair game, as he counter-batteried me earlier. And he's dead. This hard-fought battle is finally won. Ace Tanker. Gore's medal for causing damage exceeding 8 times the hit points of my vehicle. High caliber, arsonist, bruiser, and fighter badges. 4 kills. Top by damage, and second top by experience. So, I hope you liked this battle. It was tense, it was a turnaround. I was so happy we won. Thank you for watching.